All right, in this video, I'm going to talk briefly about planning for disability income needs. When assessing disability income needs, the first step is to assess what the household resources are. And that's going to involve looking at things like the actual income of the household, how much the insured individual's income is critical for the household, the assets held by the household, whatever emergency funds are held, expected, other resources that are available. And basically what it comes down to is assessing the unique situation for the household and what would the impact be if one particular individual was disabled, what kind of resources does the household have available to pay for it? So let me give you sort of just a real quick idea to sketch out an example. So what if somebody was 2 months away from retiring? They've got all of their retirement savings set aside. Everything is ready in their retirement accounts. I mean, they've been doing a great job of saving and investing over time, well-diversified portfolio. And basically, they're about to retire in 2 months. Well, if they're about to retire in 2 months and they became disabled, well, I mean, from an income standpoint, they were about to lose the income anyway, and they're going to be living off their retirement savings and so forth. So in that case, it really probably disability income needs are pretty low because there are a lot of household resources that are available in terms of assets. The income is no longer as important if the person has adequate emergency funds and so forth. Also, if we're dealing with somebody who is not that close to retirement, after evaluating household resources, we would want to look at the employer plan coverage. So what does the employer plan cover? How does it work with offsetting for Social Security? What's the maximum amount it's going to cover? So kind of looking at what's available from the house resource standpoint, what's available at the employer plan coverage level. What would the Social Security disability benefit be? Are there certain levels of offsets? Some disability insurance may offset, be offsetting relative to a certain amount of Social Security. So, what would that look like? And then basically after looking at household resources, employer plans, Social Security, disability benefits, looking at all that picture, then assessing, is there enough coverage? And if there's not enough coverage after including all of those, then that's when it would make sense to start looking at possibly an individual disability income policy to kind of add into that to get to the necessary level of coverage to ensure that expenses are met and things like that. Now, if it gets to that point where a person has concluded, an individual disability income policy really does make sense, then it would turn into, well, what company do we buy that from? And that's going to involve assessment of the typical kinds of things that you would expect for an insurance company, things like the company health, right? Making sure the company's in sound financial condition and things like that. But also it might involve looking at how does this particular insurance company offering disability insurance, how do they classify different occupations? If one insurance company classifies the prospective insured individual's occupation as a more of a low risk occupation, and another one listed as a moderate risk occupation, then that could make a difference for cost, right? So things like occupation classifications and features and things like that would matter. And the prospective insured would want to evaluate those and make sure that it was a good fit for them. Okay, hopefully this kind of sketches out just a little bit sort of the process, starting off with what's available at the household level, what's available through various employer plan coverages, what would Social Security disability benefit look like, and then proceeding on to individual coverage if necessary. So hopefully that gives you kind of an idea of how somebody would go through the process of planning for disability income needs. All right, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.